Hello friends, my name is Sharad. I am from Goel Institute of Technology Management, Assistant Professor in the Department of Management. Today I am going to discuss on the topic that is EDP. Now, what is EDP? EDP is an Entrepreneurial Development Program. Now, as the name itself suggests, it comprises of three words, that is Entrepreneurial, Development and Program. Now, what is entrepreneur or what is entrepreneurial? Entrepreneurial or an entrepreneur is a word taken from France or French word in 16th of century, which means a person who is going to produce something which is not existing in the market. Means a person who is going to produce something that is very novel for the market. Entrepreneur is a person who is not a common businessman because he or she doesn't follow a common business. He or she makes a new product and gives a new product to the market. That is why EDP is very important from the point of view of any of the country in the world. Now, talking about what is development. Development is like getting into new things, getting new technologies, getting new methods, getting new process is called development. Now, what is program? Program is a set of rules or set of procedures that we follow to do something. Now, together, if we'll see the entrepreneurial development program means how to develop a new thing and how to process a new thing that is called entrepreneurial development program. This EDP is a program which is being run by the government and many of the private institutions also. Now, EDP is done by government in order to build the economy of any country. Now, we'll see that there are many. If we move to the second slide, let's see. As we are seeing, what are the objectives of an entrepreneurial development program, or we can say, what are the objectives of entrepreneurial development? As you are seeing on the screen, the first objective, the main objective of entrepreneurial development is to identify and train potential entrepreneurs. Means the people or the youth that wants to become an entrepreneur, they are like looking forward for the opportunities which the government provides for them. So first of all, the first objective, as we are saying, to identify and train potential entrepreneurs means the people who are having potential, we train them in this EDP program because it is a program which is run by government, state government, as well as the central government. Now, the second objective that you are able to see on the screen is to develop necessary knowledge and skills among participants. Means to develop necessary knowledge and skills among the participants means the knowledge that has been imparted in the program is been given to the young entrepreneurs or the persons who are like enrolling themselves in this program. Third point or the third objective, to impart basic managerial understanding. Definitely, if you are talking about entrepreneur, definitely if you are talking about production and supply, then you have to talk about management also. As we all know, what is management? Management is an art of making things done by others. The definition says how to make things done by others. So, the basic knowledge of managerial understanding has been imparted to the people who are like in the EDP or the youngsters who are going to become the near entrepreneurs in the future. The knowledge of management is given to them. The fourth objective that we are saying on the board is to provide post-training assistance. What is post-training assistance? Post-training assistance means after the training is completed, after this EDP program is completed, we still are in touch with the entrepreneurs. We are still in touch with the trainees and we give them post-training assistance. It is not only like if we train the people, we train the entrepreneurs and we like push them or we leave them. But it is the duty of the government, it is the duty of the state government and the central government, whosoever is making this EDP program, they provide post training assistance. Means after this training has been done, we provide assistance to them like technical assistance, like marketing assistance, sales assistance, and any managerial assistant if he or she wants in his or her production. Let's move to the next slide. I'm moving to the third slide. Now, as we are seeing on the third slide, it's written the long-term objectives of the EDP. Right now, we have told, right, we have learned about the objective. Now, this is the long-term objective. What is the long-term objective? Let's see on the screen. First is to augment the number of entrepreneurs for increasing pace of industrialization. Definitely, if you are into an Entrepreneurship, if you are following any entrepreneurship or you are an entrepreneur, you will increase the pace of industrialization, you will increase the industrialization of any country. Second objective is to assist in the development of a small and medium scale, which is essential for the generation of employment and dispersal of ownership. Means the second objective is telling you you provide assistance to the development of the small and medium enterprise. As we all know, in India, MSME is a very big success, is providing a hard amount of GDP to the country. This micro, small, medium enterprises is it provides a pavement, it provides a base. EDP provides a base to MSME segment. That is what is written in the second point. Third point is to industrialize rural and backward areas. It's not always the development of the backward areas, it's also the development of the rural areas also. Both of the areas should get proper amount of development. That's why it is also sometimes said it is a overall development of any country, because EDP focuses industrializes both the rural and the backward areas. Fourth is to generate self-employment for the educated, unemployed youth. As we are seeing that nowadays jobs are getting less, people are more walking for their jobs. Everybody wants a job, but after this program EDP, you will become a job. You will not become a job seeker. You will become a job creator. And this is what the motto of this EDP is: to how to create a job in your future, how to self stand yourself, and how to like give jobs to others, and how to generate a good amount of income through EDP. Now, moving to the next slide, that is fourth slide. As I have also told you that there are various agencies which are participating in EDP program at the state level, also at the central level also. Now, talking about the few of the industries that are participating in EDP programs, that are making this program to a successful one. Let's say first agency, or the first agency, government agency, is SISI, which means Small Industries Service Institute. The second agency that is working for EDP is a Small Industrial Development Organization, that is called SIDC. The third agency is National Small Industries Corporation. Fourth is National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, that is called NISBUD also. This is a very popular agency which is working for entrepreneurial development program. And the next agency, National Alliance of Young Entrepreneurs. In short, it is also called NAYA. This is also working very good for EDP programs. Maharashtra Center, next agency is Maharashtra Center for Entrepreneurship Development. This is also an agency which is working for Entrepreneurship Development Program. These are the few agencies which are working for Entrepreneurial Development Program, and which are very in which NISBUD is very popular, very popular. And moving to the next slide, as we can see, need for entrepreneurial development program. Now we'll say, or we'll talk about what is the basic need, why actually we need entrepreneurial development program, why youth should join entrepreneurship, why there should be focus on the entrepreneurship nowadays. It is because you can see the screen. First is eliminating poverty and unemployment. Definitely, if you are becoming a good entrepreneur, a good businessman, a good production master, supply master, then definitely you will eradicate the poverty of your home also and your country also. So the first point is saying eliminating poverty and unemployment. Second is balanced regional development, as I have also already discussed. It is focusing on the rural development also, and on the central development, on the rural development, and as on the urban development. That's why it is a regional development I am talking. It is a balanced regional development. It is talking of both rural and urban. Then third point is preventing industrial slums. Means if you are into entrepreneurial development program, many industries are into a sick industries also. So if you know how to run an industry, you will prevent the sickness of the industries. That's why the industries which are not working will also be able to work. That's why preventing industrial slums will not be created if you will get to know how to enhance or how to propagate into industrial things. Now the fourth need of entrepreneurial development program is using locally available resources. As you are also seeing nowadays, Prime Minister is also saying the same thing. Use your own product, use your own thing, make in India program, stand up India, skill India. So this is a alternative, or this is a thing which tells you to how to use your available resources of India and make a product according to it. So it will help the people who are of India. They'll get some local for vocal things. Next is like reducing social tension. Why the last need that I'm talking about is need for EDP is to reduce social tension. Definitely, if you are unemployed, definitely if you are not doing anything and you are a youngster, you need something to do in your life. An EDP develop or entrepreneurship development program provides you how to make a new product, how to propagate that product into the market, how to satisfy your customers, and all other things which is needed to earn a good amount of revenue, or you can get good handsome amount of money after doing EDP. So it will reduce some social tension of the society also. Like nowadays, youth are doing suicides. Youths are like running from their homes. So these types of tension will be reduced if you are into or enrolling yourself into entrepreneurship development programs. Now moving to the next slide. Now, as you are able to see on the screen, some of the major competencies identified David Mackland. David Mackland is a scientist which was working for the management field. He is also seeing, or he has also seen this, and he has done research in India also. After the researching, after doing research, he come to a point that the competencies that are being developed after EDP, after the program, EDP program, are these competencies are being developed in a person, and these competencies are: first competency is initiative. A person becomes initiative, he or she initiate by himself or herself. Second is looking for opportunities. He is in a keen, he becomes a keen observer. He looks the opportunities around himself or herself. Then is information seeker. He is a seeker for information also, or she is a seeker for information. Persistence, he becomes or she becomes persistence. Then quality conscious, he gives his or her product that are quality conscious. Then commitments toward work, he becomes a committed person or she becomes a committed person after doing an EDP program. Efficiency seeker, he is or she is involved in the efficiencies of making the product. And then proper planner, he becomes, if he or she is an entrepreneur, he has to manage his company by his own or her own. So he becomes a proper planner. He plans or she plans the business plan, you can say, for his or her firm. And next is problem solver. Definitely, if he or she is running a company or a like a production house or anything where service is provided, there will be some problems also. And how he tackles with the problem, then he becomes a problem solver. So these are the few competencies that a person develops after an EDP program, Entrepreneurship Development Program. Now let's talk about what is EDP? Now, I have already told so many things about EDP. Now, I would also like to tell you what is EDP. Actually, EDP is a program which is run by central government and state government in order to make new entrepreneurs in the market, in order to create new entrepreneurs in the market. So, basically, EDP is divided into three parts. It is having three phases, we can say. The first phase, let's see on the screen. I am moving towards the next slide. As we are able to see on the screen, there are three phases of EDP. Now, what are the three phases of EDP? First is pre-training phase, second is training phase, and third is post-training phase, or you can say follow-up. Means EDP is divided into three parts. Three parts is pre-training phase, training phase, and post-training phase. Now, what is pre-training phase? I'll explain you. What is pre-training? Means before the training, what should you do, or what should be the things that comes into your mind before training? Means how you contact your people who are going to enroll themselves in the entrepreneurship development program. Now the second phase is training phase. In this phase, training phase, you are being taught the methods, the technology, the supply chain management, and the various other things, how you can like propagate a particular product into a market. Now, the third thing, or the third phase of EDP is post training phase or follow up. Many a times people take admissions in EDP program, and after taking the admission, they learn the process of making any product, but they learn the making of a product, but they don't make it. They deny to make it, or they refuse to make it, or they leave this. So government of India not only gives you training, government of India not only gives the pre-training, government of India also sees after training a person who has been enrolled in the EDP program is following that thing or not. So there is a follow-up program also. We see that where the young entrepreneurs which have taken the training are facing problems. In government of India, these agencies, they try to solve the problems of the youngsters, young entrepreneurs, so how to propagate or how to sell their product into the market. Many a times, government of India also gives exhibition. They export their products in different countries also, and they make pay. They make way how to create their own market. These are the three basic phases of EDP. Means government of India is giving training, is looking forward who is going to be the trainee, who is going to be the trainer. And the second phase, it is looking forward towards the training phase, means what has been taught into the training program. And the third phase, they are doing the follow up, that a particular person is following this EDP program or not. Let's move to the first phase, that is pre-training phase. Now, as the screen you are already you are seeing. Let's moving to the next slide. Pre-training phase, that is the first phase. I'm already told EDP is divided into three phases. First phase is pre-training. Now, what is pre-training? Designing of course curriculum or the content, selection of faculty or resources, persona, insertion of advertisement, and the fourth point is selection of potential entrepreneurs. What does all these mean? The first point, let's see, designing of the course curriculum or the content. Basically, pre-training tells you about the course curriculum, like which product we are going to make, which services we are going to learn, what technology we are going to learn, which methodology we are going to learn, what will be the content, like it will be a book content, or it is like any general content, or it is like any theory content, practical content, which type of content you are going to give or deliver to your students. Second point of the is selection of faculty or resource persona. Means there are two people, or you can say there are two basic or the main important part of EDP. First is the trainee and the second is the trainer. So here we see who is going to be the trainer of the EDP, who is going to be the trainer of the program. Third is insertion of advertisements. So many a times in the EDP, we also tells about where EDP programs are being held. Many of the students, they don't know where the programs are being held. Like there are various agencies which are running EDP program. So advertisement is also given in the newspapers, in the radios, and in the websites, and on the MSME website, micro small medium enterprise website. The advertisements of EDP program is being launched, so that the people who are interested in the EDP program can get enrolled in that. Now, what is the fourth point? Fourth point is saying selection of potential entrepreneurs. As the trainer is important, similarly is the trainee is important. Who all are the people who are going to get themselves trained by the trainer? They are called the potential entrepreneurs who are going to take the training. So basically, pre-training talks about these four basic points. Let's move to the next phase. Okay. As we are seeing on the screen, it's a small part which I'm also like to tell you. Designing of course curriculum content. What is the course curriculum? If we'll talk about the course curriculum, we see introduction to the entrepreneurship, means what is entrepreneurship, how can you become an entrepreneur, where what is the history of entrepreneurship, what is the geography of entrepreneurship. Second is motivation training, how people who comes to the EDP program, we provide, or government agencies provide motivational training to them, support system and procedure. Next, fourth point is fundamentals of project feasibility study and plant visit. We make them visit the plant also in this EDP programs. Now next, see, then second phase that is been divided. EDP is divided into three phases. The second phase is training phase. What is training phase? In this training phase, basically the youngsters or the potential entrepreneurs gets the training of how individual. First is individual training they get, then they get group training, then they get training through lecture method, then they get written instruction method, then they get demonstration method, then conferences method and meetings. These are the few training methods which have been adopted in EDP programs by the central and the state governments. Now let's move to the next slide. This is the third phase. I am talking about the third phase. There are three phases: pre-training and post-training. Pre-training, then we have training, and third is post-training. Now, what is post-training or follow-up phase? Let's see. It is written on this. We will read it. It's written: EDP aims at developing the right type of caliber and motivating amongst the potential entrepreneurs to enable them to set up their own enterprises. The success failure of EDP depends upon the extent to which the objectives of EDP have achieved. Means it is talking about what thing? It is talking about the post training programs. Basically, post training program is a follow up program. Is a follow up program which tells you about the how you are going to follow up, or how you are going to tell the youngsters or the potential entrepreneurs to perform, to produce a particular product, so as so that they cannot refuse from producing a particular product. If they have taken training, if they have been through a EDP program, it's the duty of the trainer, it's the duty of the government of India or the state government, central government, to see how many people have become an entrepreneur after taking EDP. Let's move to the next slide. Let's see. Post training, or the follow up phase. This was the third. Okay. Now, after this EDP program, which has been divided into three phases, we will see what problem basically is being faced by people. What are the problems that are being faced? Let's see. Problems faced in the conduction of EDP. The first problem that is being faced by the potential entrepreneurs are no policy at the national level. Means there are agencies which are helping the youngsters or the young people to become an entrepreneur, but still there are lack of policies at national level. Second problem is problem at the pre-training phase. Pre-training phase, at the time of pre-training, that is the first phase, the problem occurs like who will be the entrepreneur, who will be the trainer, what will be the content. It can be a problem. Next is overestimation of trainees. Means overestimation of trainees. Sometimes large amount of trainees they come for the training, and sometimes it is difficult to find a trainer also. So overestimation of trainees. The fourth problem is duration of EDP. Sometimes the EDP program becomes very long. It becomes of days, months. That's why it can be a problem. Then non-availability of infrastructural facilities. As we all know that India is a developing country, so we are running short of the infrastructural facilities also. Sometimes we don't get the infrastructural facility to train proper potential entrepreneurs. Next point is improper methodology. Sometimes proper methodology is not used. Next is mode of selection. Like mode of selection means sometimes people want lectures, but they are being not provided with the lectures. Sometimes youngsters of the potential entrepreneurs want practical education, but they are not given this practical implications or the lectures. This can be a mode of selection. Next is non-availability of competent faculty. Sometimes we are not able to find a good faculty for them. Next is poor response of financial. Many a times people take EDP programs, but they don't have that much financial status to produce something, to grow up with a new company or to come out with a new uh, venture. That's why some of the problems. These are the few problems. Now let's move to the women's problem. This I discussed was the basic problems. Now what I am going to discuss is the women's problem. Basically, these problems are dealt with the women entrepreneurship. If we are talking about entrepreneurship, we should also talk about the women entrepreneurs. In India, women entrepreneurship is very less. But if you talk about America, Germany, and other countries, there are a lot amount of people, there are a lot amount of women who are into the entrepreneurship programs or who are entrepreneurs. So the problems which are basically faced by women entrepreneurs, first is stiff competition from the male entrepreneurs. Means there are large amount of males. 98% of people or 98% of the market is captured by the male entrepreneurs. Then women face a hard competition with the males. Second, low ability of to bear risk. Definitely, males can bear more risk than women's. Women avoid going in the night. Women avoid talking to males. This can be a risk for them. So there is a low ability to bear risk, but a male can move at any time, at anywhere. This is what they face this type of competition. Then is third point, low level of family support. Women, they get low amount of support from the family also. Next is shortage of funds. Women are having shortage of funds also. This can be a problem. Next problem is slow progress of women entrepreneur association, and people, they are not supporting women as an entrepreneur. And this is the psychology of India also. We are not supporting women. We should support women entrepreneurs also. Next problem is production, marketing, managerial, administrative, and organizational problem. These are the few problems which are faced by the women entrepreneur. Like they have less knowledge of production, less knowledge of marketing, less knowledge of management, managerial, administration also. So, in order to enhance them with all these knowledge, Government of India, they provide with the EDP programs. EDP programs helps or eradicates or eliminate all these problems of the woman entrepreneur. Now, moving to the next slide, as we can say, suggestions to make EDP successful. Everybody talks about the problem, everybody talks about the content, but nobody talks about the solution. Now, in this thing, I will talk about in this chapter, I'll talk about, or in this topic, I'll talk about the suggestions also how to become or how to make this EDP program, Entrepreneurship Development Program, a successful program. The first suggestion that I would like to give is emphasis on the stimulating, supporting, and sustaining activities. Means you have to stimulate, support, and sustain the activities. Second is model based EDPs. We should have different types of model for the EDPs. That is focus on achievement, motivation. Definitely, after taking this EDP, after doing this EDP, potential entrepreneur, they sometimes are highly motivated. Sometimes when they are not able to produce the product, they become less motivated. So how to keep them motivated throughout the session and after the session is the basic focus of this program. Next, we should do is like designing of viable projects. Designing of viable projects means the project should be viable. Means the people or the potential entrepreneurs, they should be able to make that product. It should not be like they should not be able to make that product. It should be easy for them. Next is selection of trainees. We should choose selection of trainees means what? We should choose those types of trainees who are interested in entrepreneurship. We should not choose those type of people or those type of potentials entrepreneurs who are not interested in this type of program. It should not be forceful. It should be like people should like it. It should be tempting. Next is training of the trainers. Definitely, the trainer who is going to give the training to the trainees should be well equipped with knowledge, skills, and with other things like psychological things also, so that he or she can deal with the trainees easily. Next is organizing part-time programs. What is part-time programs? Means it's not always that the people can involve themselves into entrepreneurship. Sometimes they want part-time programs also. So that's why EDP should be organizing part-time programs. Next is duration of the EDP. Definitely, we should think about the duration of the EDP. If the EDP is for a very long hours, it's for months, it's for like weeks, large amount of weeks, people will not join. People join short term things. Like as we see, 50-50 match has become 20-20 match. Everything or everyone wants short things. They want success in short time, they want lectures in short time. So the duration of the EDP should be done short. So I hope this EDP program or this EDP topic is clear to you. So I am signing off from this. Thank you for watching my lecture. Hope everybody will see it and watch it. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. I am signing off.